What are the qualities in McGill that you've seen just over the time that you've been here that have led to the organization being increasingly confident? And is it willingness to throw strikes and be aggressive? Is it the development of the two seam? What factors?
Yeah, I mean, I think it starts with having really good stuff. He's got good stuff. I think now is simplifying things. Keeping it simple when he's facing righties, when he's facing lefties. We all know he's got a lot of pitches, right? But when we can keep it simple, just use 2-3 pitches against righties, 2-3 pitches against lefties. Get strike one, continue to stay in the attack, trust the defense, trust your pitches in the strike zone. I think that's going to be the key for him. That's what we saw in spring training, and that's what he's continuing to get opportunities here because his stuff is too good.
He threw a lot of sinkers, obviously, in spring training. Whether he's working on that, or would you expect against the righty lineup that it'd be that heavy?
Yeah, I think he's going to need that pitch against a lineup like the Astros, where they have a lot of right-handed hitters. And that's what it starts. Having the awareness of the situation, when to use certain pitches, but it comes down to throwing strikes and staying on the attack.
He's had a lot of chances over a bunch of years here. And at the trade deadline last year, he obviously lost his rotation spot on season minors. When he came back and pitched well for the last month, how much did that change the organization's perception of what he still can be?
Yeah, I don't know that it changed. We believe in him, and even on the times that we sent him to AAA, it wasn't because we lost faith. It was where we were at the time, and we had some other guys as well. He had options. I think we continue to believe in him, and there's a reason why he's getting the ball on game 2 of the season. Stuff is too good. Now he's not so much us. He's got to go out there and do it. Experience comes with it. He's been up and down for a few years now, and I think he's on a time right now where it's like, all right, let me go out there and let me do what I can do. So that's what we want to see.
Because he's got good stuff, because he has a pretty wide arsenal, what do you need to see from him so that he can stay in games longer and not text the bullpen as much as he has before?
He's got to attack. He's got to get strike one and then just induce weak contact. Throwing strikes. We saw a lot last year where it was strike one, ball 3, ball 4. 3-2, trying to be too perfect, making the perfect pitch, trying to be too fine. When stuff in the zone plays, and that's what we want to see here.
Is he past the point where he was early in his career, where he clearly was chasing velocity? If he's 97, he's looking to go 98.
Yeah,
Is
I
he
think
past that?
I think so. And that comes with experience. I think not only chasing velocity, but maybe chasing strikeouts. In order for you to go deep in games, you're probably going to need to throw your two seam against a righty and get a double play. Get a ground ball, get a double play, as opposed to just trying to miss bats all the time, and that's what creates those 80 pitches in 4 innings. Because like I said, it's strike one, 3-2, 3-1. But in spring training and last year when he was good, he was able to do that. So hopefully, starts today, and I'm excited about that.
When you told Beatty the other day that he's on the team, what was your message to him about it?
Be yourself. Same thing that you're doing here. Just whenever we get to the regular season, just continue to be yourself. Play your game. Don't feel like you have to get 4 hits, 3 hits every day to be in the lineup the next day. Let us make those decisions. Just control what you can control. Trust the work. He's put in a lot of work this off season. We saw results in spring training. Now it's up to him to go out there and just continue to be himself and trust the work.
We keep hearing what great stuff that Miguel has. What's his potential? I mean, could he be a star? And is it as simple as being more aggressive in the zone, or is there something more to it?
Yeah, if he's aggressive and he's trusting his pitches in the zone, he's a guy. He's a dude. He's got that potential, and I think he's been through a lot in this league, and he's ready to take the next step.
Are there things defensively at second base that Beatty did better at the end of camp than he did coming in? What were some of the things you saw?
Yeah, I think there was a lot. The communication, from pitch to pitch. There's a lot that goes into when you're playing middle infield as opposed to when you're playing third base. There's more communication with your shortstop, with your first baseman, with the pitcher. I think he did a really good job going to the right places when he needed to, with cuts and relay, covering a base, whether it was a first base, steal coverage. The range, You know, going to his right, especially, he's made some plays that not easy, and then throwing on a bit of different angle. So he did a lot of that, and we're encouraged by it.
Your rotation is obviously not at full strength. You still feel pretty good about it? Do you feel like you're kind of piecing things together here?
Now we feel really good about it. We got the guys in there. They're gonna give us a chance to win baseball game day in and day out. So we feel good with that.
What's your level of intrigue to see Beatty at second base in a big league game, trying to handle game speed and all the things that you might not get in the same?
Yeah, and that's part of it. You know, your ability to slow the game down, your ability to move on to the next play. Game's gonna be fast. And I think that starts with the preparation. It starts with the anticipation. Knowing what to do with the baseball before the plays happen. That's what good infielders do, and especially when you're playing up the middle. So he did a little bit of that. Now he's got to go out there and do it. And I think Lindor's gonna help him. Sarby, in between innings, myself, will be there for him.
What did you think of the way Brazoban stepped up yesterday and gave you that extended outing?
Yeah, it was huge. It was huge for him to go 3 ups, 2 1/3, I think it was. Pretty much save our bullpen. When Clay comes out of the game after 4 2/3, for him to go out there and be pitch efficient. It was an easier decision for me to send him back out there. He's built up for that. We had him up to 35 pitches in spring training. And the fact that he was able to do that and pretty much save some of the other guys for today and for the rest of the series, it was huge.
How did you decide on Taylor for a second day in a row?
Yeah, I think he's same thing. Hunter Brown, there's Velo, there's the sinker, the cutter. I think he's more of that. There's a good chance that Steve plays him on.
And
You're not going to be relegated to facing all the best pitchers?
Well, I mean, it's the big leagues. You're facing the best of the best every day. I think it just comes down. Sears going to get a lot of opportunities here. His first 2 games of the season, and he's not there. He's going to play a lot. So,
well, Blackburn was talking about how his knee popped up pretty much out of nowhere. How would you describe just the injury luck he's had since coming to you guys?
yeah, man, I feel for him. He's been through some freaky injuries. Some scary ones. Especially the one that he was dealing with. The back and the fluid and all that, pretty scary, and then he worked so hard in the off season. He's having a really good camp, feeling good, and then for this to pop up last start during spring training. But he'll get through it. The good thing is after a couple of days, he's already feeling the difference, and we hope we get him back here pretty soon. So.
I go back to Beatty just for a second. When a kid like that is learning a new position, and essentially at the major league level, is there only so much that you put on his plate for now, and there are things, elements to what he has to do defensively that you sort of incorporate and inject later on as he gets his feet wet?
Yeah, I think it's a give and take. I think having the feel for the situation, but there's going to be things that they need to be addressed right away. We will address them right away.
Stuff like pre-pitch and stuff like that. Is that just foundational, or is that stuff that you kind of pick up as you move along?
Yeah, I think the more you play, you'll learn. And then I think it's just the Q&A. Hey, what are you thinking here? What were you thinking? What was the thought process before the play happened? Did you think about this? Those are some of the discussions that we'll have, and I know Sarby is constantly having these conversations with the guys. So.
Yeah, really. I should be able to start throwing my feet on Monday. So.
Given the last, I guess maybe even 11 months since the stress fracture was when he was in Oakland, how do you even make sense of a weird series of events for you?
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. Just part of it, I guess. But no, I think everything we got back from it is good news. And everything's progressed really well. So right now, it's just kind of waiting those 7 days to be able to just rotate on it again.
Do you know what made it blow up on you?
No, we had an MRI and just a little bit of cartilage that just seemed a little pissed off, but no structural damage, nothing. So yeah, today's day 4. Yeah. So.
When did it pop up? At what point? Was it after your last outing in spring, or was it after a bullpen? When did it?
Yeah, so I pitched Saturday, second to last day of spring. Woke up on Sunday. It was just sore, nothing crazy. And then when I woke up on Monday, there was just like a sack of fluid in there that we just essentially had to drain and then put some gel in, inject some gel in it. So we have to wait 7 days to kind of let that gel do its thing and then go from there.
Have you responded to the injection?
Good. I feel great. I feel great. But yeah, I guess it's one of those things that you put the gel in, you have to wait 7 days to just being able to like rotate on it and everything like that. So just kind of waiting for those 7 days to be up and go.
How frustrating is it, first the back came out of nowhere, now this, how frustrating is that?
It's frustrating. Definitely but I think with this, it could have been structural. There could have been a lot of other stuff instead of just hey, we just have to drain this and kind of wait a week and then we're able to just kind of pick up where we left off.